Approximately 75 to 80% of global internet users actively use AI-powered tools in 2025. But these tools have several challenges, from hallucination to not being able to interact with one another. But those are not the main challenges. One of the main challenges is people with great ideas need significant backing from VCs and centralized platforms just to build something meaningful. But there is a solution, and this solution didn't just reduce the barrier of entry for people to build AI agents. It's creating a society of AI agents and giving them a communication fabric that allows them to communicate and work together. This solution is veVirtuals protocol, and that fabric is the agent commerce protocol. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, and the juicy part of making 100x is going to come up later in this video. veVirtuals protocol reduced the barrier of entry to launch an AI agent to 100 virtuals, which is currently about $230. To me, that's very low. Now, these agents have different levels of technicality. Some can carry out basic tasks, while others are able to carry out more complex tasks. Specifically, they are categorized into 7 stages. Let me break it down for you real quick. Level 0 agents, they are called followers. And these are your most basic bots, as they don't think and they do not have any memory. They do exactly what you ask them to do. The next is level 1 agents. They are called executors. They are slightly smarter, as they can respond to prompts, generate a reply, but they don't also have a memory, just like the way chatbots do. The moment you are done interacting with them, they forget you. Next, level 2 agents. They are called actors. These ones are way more functional, as they can use tools, adapt based on context, and make decisions mid-task. They are perfect for handling things in single sessions, but still don't have a long-term memory. Level 3 agents. They are called planners. These guys remember, and they can set goals, plan steps, and execute over time. They are like AI personal assistants, and they can plan your day, follow up on you, and adapt over time. They are way more functional than just responding. Level 4 agents. They are called innovators. This is where AI starts getting creative. And this one is just like the way the name implies. They come up with ideas themselves, and they can execute on that idea. So the next is level 5 agents. They are called orchestrators. They manage other agents. This level of agentic power can coordinate a team of AI agents to get bigger things done. Just imagine you want to run a company, and this agent is what you can call the CEO of that company. Now to the highest level of agentic power, level 6 agents. They are called meta. This is the peak of agentic power. To me, this is scary, because this is when AI becomes self-evolving without any human intervention, and it's just like what you see in sci-fi movies, that okay, this social thing happened, and it's a little scary to me though, but that is level 6. I want you to know that currently the highest level of agents is level 3, and an example of that is Neurobro. Now, aside from agent levels, veVirtuals also split agents into 2 main categories on their site, and that is Sentient agent and prototype. I didn't touch that earlier, but it is super important. Now let's go there for some seconds. On their website, you can see Genesis launches, Sentient agents, and prototype agents. I'll get to the Genesis launches later, because that is the juicy part. So prototype agents, these are agents that haven't yet hit the burning curve threshold of $420,000, as that's when they officially get liquidity on Uniswap, while sentient agents are the exact opposite. Now, I'm not saying that all sentient agents are presently above $420,000, as some are literally dead, but they have previously reached it. Okay, so to the developers watching this video, you can launch an agent on veVirtuals using any framework you prefer. You can also use the game framework provided by veVirtuals. If you want more on that, I'm going to release a video later on. Yeah, that's in my later videos. You can turn on post notifications so that you can check them out. So earlier in this video, I made a comment about the agent commerce protocol, where agents can interact with agents. veVirtuals already dropped a white paper back in February, laying out how it all works, but it is still in testing. Meanwhile, they've got something wild called Project 69, which is basically where it gives Project 69 days of experimentation, and I'll talk about this also in my later videos. Now that you know what veVirtuals is about and the categories of agents launching on veVirtuals, let's check some of them out. The first is a level 3 agent, Neurobro. I previously created 2 solid videos on them, but it's already outdated. So they've released several features and updates, and an example of that is the Neurodex that is still yet to be out. Another one is the app that is still in the reviewing phase of Play Store and App Store, and one other one is Genesis Bro. What Genesis Bro is that it gives you the best way to get points, signals, and yeah, they do airdrop everybody in the community. So that was a really nice one that I definitely did not expect. So everything I'm going to see on Genesis launches later on in this video, you'll get more detailed information if you check out Genesis Bro. Another agent is AI-XBT. This is the biggest agent in market cap on VirTuals ecosystem. It's smart and it talks about diverse topics on X. You can check out their X profile. Also, you can check out the terminal. I've not been able to check it out, but I've heard a lot of things and what people have used it for. Okay, so the last one I'm going to talk about is VADA. It enables autonomous hedge funds where AI agents execute investment strategies across DeFi, gaming, and AI. This is like the BlackRock of on-chain finance, and you can definitely check that out. Now, let's get to the juicy part, Genesis launches. Saying it alone, I can feel that you're already excited because I'm also excited to tell you about this because, yeah, this is where you can make the 30x and the 100x. So what exactly is a Genesis launch? It's basically the fairest way for new AI agents to launch their tokens inside the VirTuals ecosystem. Every token launch has a minimum FDV of 336,000 VirTuals at launch, so it immediately passes that bonding curve that I talked about earlier. The tokenomics works by allocating 37.5% to public sale, 12.5% to the liquidity pool, and 50% to the developers allocation, giving them enough liquidity to get investors and reward their team very well. This launch model removes insiders from front running and shady private rounds that you see across the whole of Web3. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me quickly break it down. Let's say I'm a developer, which I am not, and I have an agent, which is Gojo, that I want to launch through Genesis launch. Once I initiate the launch, I get two things. The first is the strong holder community base from day one, and the second is the attention that most projects spend millions of dollars just to get. Now back to me being me, not the developer that's new a second ago. What this does for you and I is that it gives us the opportunity to get into high potential agents early before the Uniswap listing happens. VirTuals also did it in a good way that if you dump your tokens, you get into JIT jail for 10 days. I actually tested that out, and I know a lot of people were like, oh, I'm not meant to test. Yeah, I know. But I tested it out. I wanted to see what actually gets people into JIT jail when everything was not clear, because that's when I was writing the script of this video. So VirTuals, if you are watching this video, I would definitely appreciate some points, as Kaito doesn't reward video producers for, you understand, I've seen that happen to many video creators and they don't get points for it. So that said, you can't just buy in and dump later. There is a whole point system behind it. In the VirTuals ecosystem, you earn points by staking, yapping, and participating in launches. The more points you have, the better your shots are at getting more allocation on Genesis launches. We early community members are called virgins, and so anyways, literally I'm a virgin actually. Okay, so the name comes from a combination of VirTuals and gens. And another thing that I love about these launches is it removes the possibility for snipers to get in early, and bots are not rewarded. If you snipe, you can definitely lose. I mean, it is not a wise decision to snipe into a Genesis launch because people are getting it at a far cheaper price than you actually are. So I believe every project will prefer this type of launches, as you can have an agent that is blowing up overnight instead of a total quiet launch. If you want more details about launches or specific questions, you can ask me in the comment section or get into Genesis Telegram group. All you need is to hold 1 million bro tokens to access the terminal, then you get into the group. If you sell your tokens later, you'll be penalized for it, as I've had a conversation with the founder regarding that. Now let's go practical. Right on this Genesis page, you can see all, live, upcoming, and ended. On this all, you can see that some are oversubscribed while others are not. If it doesn't get up to 100% subscription, the launch will definitely fail, meaning that the community doesn't support it, and then just pack your things, you should go home. So here is one project over here, and let us get into it. I'm going to delegate my points now. I would also use some VirTuals, as this is necessary to commit to the launch. By the side here, you would see the suggested VirTuals to commit. If you overcommit, the VirTuals will be refunded back to your account. Now, if many people get into this after now, your allocation is going to be reduced, and the remaining VirTuals is going to be refunded back to your wallet, as they will not need as much VirTuals for you to commit. I've seen people say that their VirTuals was not refunded to their wallet. I want you to check VirTuals site itself. It is there. and it might not show up in your wallet, as that has happened to me. As I said, if you want more points, stake your allocation. Also, if you stake virtuals, you get veVirtuals. This gives you more Virgen Points and governance voting power. One piece of advice I can leave you with is use your points wisely. I'm saying that, use your points wisely. Don't allocate them to launches that are not yet oversubscribed, because that's basically what I do. And also, I'm done with this. Don't forget to give this video a like. You've gotten value from me, I'm sure about that. So retweet, let others get the value. And I remain Gojo Enigma.